It is greeting us.
It's a beautiful song. It's a beautiful song. Good afternoon, KOFIFI landers. It's 13 minutes after the hour of 2 o'clock. This is the KOIC 97.2. Good afternoon, Lee.
Good afternoon, Elias. How are you doing this afternoon?
I am. There's a word I need to teach you.
Okay.
Glorious.
Oh, because I was Fantagrape-tastic yesterday.
I went home and I sat down. I was like, come and take the dictionary.
Yeah.
Couple of words, mend them together.
Yes.
I'm Glorious.
Oh, Glorious. I love it. And Fantagrape-tastic has just joined you between the hours of 2 and 3 right here on the KYC, man. It's about to go down. I'm ready for today.
You know this. It is a Thursday after all, and the Young Minds in Entrepreneurship, this is what we do each and every Thursday to inspire young people, to motivate them, to uplift them, to tell them to go out there and live their dreams. Become an entrepreneur, become a business, become the next Mutsepe.
Yes.
Become the next Basitsana Makhalimi.
Oh, my goodness.
Become the next Warren Buffett. Whoever it is that you desire to become, become it. And today in studio, we have a lady that took a step.
Oh, my goodness.
Who never retracted from the challenge that was facing her. She took her talent, she took her gift, and she just went right on and started a business. Her name is INNOCENTIA. How you doing, ma'am?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Are you good?
I'm fantastic.
There we go. There we go.
No, now you see, you didn't learn anything. You didn't learn anything. You had two words, Glorious, and you have Fantagrape-tastic. So what are you this afternoon?
I'm Fanta Pineapple. That's all I can think of.
Happiness.
Well, it is great. It is great. Sorry, just to go back. Kent Jones is the song that we played you.
Right.
When we started. And it did not mind.
No, it did not mind that you took that long to back announce it. It's okay. And if you have anything to say today, the number to dial us up on is 071 425 9577. If you're roaming around on Twitter, that will be KOFIFI FM_972. On Facebook, KOFIFI FM 97.2. And of course, on Instagram, for all of you Insta babies, we go by KOFIFI FM, and that's one word.
This is DJ Q Voice, and you tuned into the KYC.
97.2 for some reason, and I must say this on air. I was going to tell it to you off air, but I must say it on air. So for some reason, you love scheduling songs that have funny names, huh? Then I get to be the one that is struggling right here. But I'm going to try it.
Okay.
Sep Story.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
VYBE.
Vibes.
Before that, we gave you AKA 10 Fingers. Featuring a nut. No, that I can say proudly.
No, I'm laughing because whenever you do mention and back announce this song, you always have hand gestures. Like you make us all aware that you've got 10 fingers when you say it. Like a little bright star shining. Like, I don't know why.
This is a beautiful song. I
No,
love
it
that
is,
song.
it
I
is,
love
it
that song. Welcome back, KOFIFI Lander. Thank you so very much for tuning and staying with us right here on KOFIFI FM 97.2. Just to reiterate, the name is ELIAS and alongside me is
Miss Lee.
Miss Lee indeed. Innocentia is with us,
Yeah.
joining us for this hour between 2 and 3 o'clock. She is a social entrepreneur, a young woman that works very, very hard. Now, if you were to explain yourself and try to explain to someone who Innocentia is, how would you define yourself?
Sure, that's hectic. But I think what comes to mind is Innocentia is a very passionate person. I really, when I go into anything, if I do anything, I go fully 100%.
Okay.
So I'm very passionate about life, passionate about making a difference, passionate about really leaving a legacy. So I always hashtag, living with purpose and passion, because I feel like that's what drives me. I really want my life to be a life that when someone looks back, they can say, yeah, that was someone who lived, and they didn't just live, but they lived with purpose and with passion. Yeah.
Passionate.
Many people cannot define themselves.
Yes.
And it's a struggle. I asked that question deliberately. I asked it deliberately. Going back to when you were still growing up as a young, little beautiful daughter, how was growing up? How was your life growing up and your influences to what you're doing now?
Wow. Well, we traveled a lot when I was young. So
Okay.
My father's in business and he's a restaurateur. So he would buy a restaurant and then we'd move to wherever he would buy it. So I've lived in Durban and PE, Joburg, also Limpopo as well. So we traveled a lot. So I really got exposed to different types of cultures. So I was someone who was able to adapt. So I could go anywhere and with different types of people and I'll be able to just like fit in, because I've learned to appreciate different types of people. But the only downside was that because every time we'd move, I would lose friends. Because then
Yeah.
obviously when you're young and at that time we had phones and everything, but still keeping in touch, I was still, too young to be like, okay, I need to actually call this person like often for us to stay connected. So only to later reconnect, obviously later in high school on Facebook and stuff like that. But yeah, like growing up, Christian background, Christian home, mom, very dedicated to church. Always, when you have to go to church, like that whole thing. But I think it molded me into the person that I am now, especially the passion part and the purpose part, because it's led me to live this life where I can't just be, I just need to, I have to have a purpose to what I'm doing, so the 9 to 5 type of vibe, just wasn't going to work for me. And I knew that from very, very early on. And also with the help of my dad, being in business. So I knew, okay, cool. If I want to do anything, I knew I could start because I had the support. So, yeah.
And talking about your upbringing and all of that, and you having traveled quite a lot, extensively, if I can say so, we all know that you are, we know that you are in film, right? And so do you draw any of the experiences that you've had traveling into your work?
I think mainly if I have to think about it, I think about it with regards to the people that I've met along the way, the relationships that I've made, I think have given me that love of telling stories, but like real stories. I'm really passionate about, I love documentaries. I love short films. I like things that really tell something real.
Yeah.
So I think my background has contributed to that. If I actually think about it, I think it's more the people that I've met along the way that have inspired me to be like, okay, I'd like to tell a story.
Yes.
When I meet somebody, I'm fascinated about what they've been through. And I'm like, it'd be so, I can already see it playing in my mind. I'm like,
So does that make you a good listener then? Because if you are literally like meeting people and wanting to know more, so does that make you a good listener?
I'd like to think it does because I always listen kind of in between the lines, like kind of thing. So yeah, so I've always been someone who I can always read, you know, like okay, there's more to this than what this person is saying, you know. So I think I'd like to think of myself as a good listener. Yeah.
Great. Now going back to you being in the industry of television, it is said that for women to enter into this industry is very tough. How did you find it?
It is male dominated. Like that, I have to say. Like it's so easy to know. Like if I'm doing an event, if I call up camera guys, chances are it'll all be guys. You know, and so it was a bit tricky because I didn't know where to start. I knew what I wanted to do, but how to do it was a problem. So the first thing I just decided to do was identify someone in my area who's doing something like this and maybe try and connect myself to them and be like, okay, teach me the ropes, you know? And it was a guy by the name of Palom Koelani. He runs a production company and they've done a lot of things in production. And he took me under his wing because I went to him and I said, this is what I want to do and show me how to do it. I will basically be around, work from here and, you know, be at your service if you want me to put stuff together, you're taking me to shoots. And he did that. He took me on set, he showed me, basically schooled me in production to be like, okay, cool, this is how you handle business, because he knew that's the route I was taking. I didn't just want to work, but I wanted to run my own company. So that's how I think for me it was easier that way, where I found mentors, people in the industry, and I said, please teach me how you did it so that I can learn and not have to make the same mistakes. But I think it's not easy. It is male dominated. I meet a lot of, even in business now, it's you have to still prove yourself.
And it being male dominated, how and when did you find your voice within the industry?
Sure. Like, I think after I had done a few projects, that's when, you know, you're able to now be like, no, I've done it, you know, and you get that confidence to be like, no, if someone can trust me with a big production or a big, if I had to put like a show together and they didn't question my ability to do it and I actually managed to do it, then it gives me that, oh, okay, cool. So next time I walk into a meeting or whatever, or I'm trying to sell myself, I actually, you know, I stand a bit taller and I'm like, yes, I can do it, you know, because I know that I've done it. And I think that's when, probably 2013, I saw that, oh wow, okay, I can actually do this. And it was a big boost.
Most certainly.
Talking about big events, what big events have you handled?
Sure. Actually, if I go back to when I started informally, because I started a bit, then I registered the year after 2011. That was my biggest one. It was a De Beers event. It was a strategic leadership conference, 2-day event. I had done nothing up to that point. I had just graduated, and someone basically just knew that I'm doing this thing. And I obviously, you know, when you start, you're like the whole saying, they're like, fake it till you make it. That's exactly what I did. I basically was like, I can do it. Can you, you know, give me a quote, whatever? I was like, yes. So yes to everything, which is a bit silly, but it worked. I said yes to everything. After that, Google was my best friend because I went there and I was like, how to make a quote? Okay. I was like, okay, cool. Who can I call? Call my contacts, college contacts. Okay, camera guys, I need this. Equipment, how much is it? You know, and I undercharged, of course, now looking back, but it was, at that time, it was enough to get the event done. So I shot this 2-day event, delivered within a week. You know, I really went out of my way to make sure I do a good job. And that was the beginning. But I was like, after producing that, I was like, okay, if I can do this, I can do anything.
Oh my goodness. So Auntie Cooks was the one.
Hey, save me.
In 2011. Oh gosh. All right. The number to dial us up on is 071 425 9577. More with Innocentia right after this.
Is You Down.
Yes.
Who's singing the song?
Tiger. And then he features Chris Brown, his bestie.
All right. Are they besties?
Yeah.
Since when?
Forever.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Oh, and then of course Chris Brown and August Alsina like are tight as well.
Yes, that I know.
Yeah. No, but Tiger and Chris, man. Yeah.
Okay.
From the AO days. AO.
All right. Now it comes back.
Alrighty.
It comes back. Welcome back. KOFIFI FM 97.2. We're still talking to INNOCENTIA in the studio right here. Young Minds in Entrepreneurship. It is a Thursday after all. And we're inspiring young people to go out there, live their dreams, become the great person that they were born to be. INNOCENTIA says, she said about 3 times now, that it is not a race. We are not in a race here.
Yeah, yes.
Taking that statement that you've been punting out, I'm not going to say why you were saying it because it was in a different conversation.
Yeah.
But just using those lines and, looking back to your peers in high school and those in varsity.
that you can make a difference in your community. So I think for me that was the drive. I was like, okay, I need to do something that's going to do this. And and it kind of grew over time. It wasn't something that just like came overnight and I had the whole package. It grew as I was working with the kids, as I was, testing it out, speaking to some people, and finding out. And then, the whole purpose kind of took its own form.
Right. And so, having had that journey, no journey is without tribulation and trials. What were some of the challenges that you faced once you got into the industry, once you realized what your purpose was and matching it up with what your skill set was and trying to merge the two together to actually, feed it back into the community? What was the challenges that you had faced?
Sure. I think the number one challenge was definitely resources. Because, I had this great idea. I had this, great thing that I've piloted. Okay, it can work. I want to do it. But the resources to say, okay, if I walk into a school of 500 kids,
True that. It is said that each and every entrepreneur must be a fast thinker. Must be on your feet. You must know if chaos just comes, you must be on your feet.
Right.
So what are we gonna do right now?
Oh snap!
We're gonna give you 10 words.
Oh child!
On each and every word,
yeah,
you need to give a word description. All right?
Snap!
Okay.
So I'm gonna say, for example, Mike Black. You are going to describe that.
Oh, I'm going to describe what you just said.
Yes.
So do I say something like a black microphone or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I give you, I'm not gonna make it a scenario. Scenario is gonna be too long.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna give you a word, and you are just going to say something about that word. I'll give you 5. She'll give you 5.
Oh, snap.
All right. You're an
Why was I
entrepreneur.
told?
You're an entrepreneur. You were not
Okay,
supposed
cool.
to tell
All
you
right,
this.
all right. Let's see.
All right. Massive event.
Event coverage. That's all I can say. Oh, I can say more than I can say a sentence. Hey.
Yes.
Yeah, massive event. I see myself covering that event. Yeah.
Okay.
Month end.
Salary, money.
Sadness.
Sure. For some reason, joy came into my head. So I guess when you say that, I want to flip it and be more optimistic and be like joy.
That's
yeah.
leadership. I like that. God.
Love. And you are making me teary now. So
Yes.
I'm gonna stop right there.
Oh my word.
Last word. Innocentia.
Smile.
Oh,
Beautiful.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so he has got you teary-eyed.
Yes.
I'm gonna try to keep it light and fun. So let's start off with film.
Camera.
Oh, cool. Purpose,
Life. Yeah, just fullness of life.
family.
Hubby.
Oh, that's so special. Oh my goodness, childhood.
Gosh, all I can remember is lots of dancing.
Okay, food.
Olives. I love olives. I know.
We both had like what?
Like what? Yeah.
Okay, all
That's your
right.
preferred taste. That's your preferred taste. Well, 07142599577. As she wipes the tears from her face, we're going to go for a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about your social entrepreneur side of things. It's KOFIFI FM 97.2. Innocentia is her name, and she's in studio with us. Simple, nice, and I love this woman's voice. Nandi.
Oh,
Yeah.
can we just talk about how beautiful she is?
Yes, we can.
Oh my
Yes, we
goodness,
can.
African beauty, man.
Tell you.
Love her.
Tell you.
New mom as well last year.
Mhm.
Yes, her and Zakes.
Yeah.
Love it,
Power
love
couple.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Hot power couple.
They are.
Mm.
Well, welcome back. We have 8 minutes. Time really flies when you need it to stop. But welcome back to KOFIFI FM 97.2, the KYC. It is the hour of the young people. Innocentia is still with us in studio. Are you well?
Yes, I'm great. Thank
Great.
you.
Lee, are you good?
I'm fantastic.
Oh. All right. Now we just have a limited time. So just touching back on what we call social entrepreneurship. And Shalane explained it to me, very, very in detail as to what it. I didn't understand what social entrepreneurship is, but she's explained it to me. And in a nutshell, it's just giving back. So in your case, having studied what you studied, doing what you're doing, how do you give back?
Through the program, through Showtime Film Club, which is a film club for children between the ages of 8 to 18 years old, where we teach them the entire production process. So they learn how to produce their own films, their own, their own content in their own language. And we basically just facilitate the learning process. And what we're doing actually is more than just teaching them a skill. We're actually teaching life skills
All right.
through the medium of film. So
Yeah.
we're just using what we know, of course, and what I know is film. So I'm just using that to actually help them learn about working in a group, speaking, public speaking, just confidence, boosting their confidence. I mean, for them, if they can learn something and they can actually get something done, it boosts their confidence. Like, wow, I
Yeah.
can actually do this. Also learning how to work with people of different races, people of different cultural backgrounds,
Right.
because you get kids from good backgrounds and bad backgrounds,
Sure.
and it's always good for them to learn how to be, tactful of each other, so that how to speak to each other, stuff like that. So we're basically giving back in the sense that we are empowering these young people. We are encouraging them that you can be great right now. You don't have to wait till you're older, because we tell them it's like we got a group now that wants to start a company, and that was just from being through the program and actually being told that you can do it now. Whatever you can think of. You can start now. You don't have to wait till you have all the money.
Yes.
Same thing with the program. I tell them I started. I took what I had, and I just went, and things
Yeah.
followed as I
Yes.
was going. People caught me on the way, like, okay, you're doing this. Come, let's support you.
Yes.
And that's what we tell the kids. So we give back in that way, where we go, okay, you can be great now, and we'll help
Beautiful.
you discover that.
Wow.
The selection of the kids that you bring into the program, how do you select them?
It's purely from either advertising, word of mouth, people talking, okay, they got young kids, if they know anybody who'd be interested in something like this, and they
Yeah.
bring the kids. So they come from different schools. So they come to Joburg CBD, which is where we function from. And they also, the program speaks for itself. The kids tell their friends who in turn want to come, because now they've seen, and parents tell other, family members,
Yeah.
okay, because they've seen the change in their child. Because we really like to let the program speak for itself, because also it gives us the hope that, okay, we're actually doing something great, because we can
Right.
see the change.
Right.
And parents coming and saying, yo, my son used to be troublesome.
Yeah.
And now all he talks about is film. And all he talks about is what he wants to accomplish.
Yes,
And it's like,
yes.
yes, okay, we are doing something.
Wow. Quick question. So you had said that it's between the ages of 8 to 18.
Yes.
I am shocked. I'm flabbergasted at the fact that from the age of 8,
Yeah.
already you are teaching something as big as
Yeah.
film and as vast as film, and these kids are grasping the concept because they also have a story to tell.
Yes.
And to view something that has been shot by a child, to actually view the world through a child's eyes, that is something that you've got going, and I'm just astounded by that. I'm in admiration. Oh my gosh, I don't know. All right. But quick question.
Yeah.
So from age of 8 to 18, how long is your program?
It runs throughout the year. So they're resuming in April, so it's next month. They'll run all the way till December. So some kids obviously can't take part in it all year if they've got other things going on the
Right.
weekends. So they'll do it for like 6 months. But most of the time the bug hits them and they stay. So yeah, it runs the whole year. We always find activities for them to do. They
Right.
can never, like this year, what we're introducing is a camp. because we felt like during the holidays, the kids want to do something fun, you know, and parents really want to get the kids out of their hair while they, you know, either still going to work. So we'll be doing that this year. So we're always trying to find things that will be interesting to them and something that will challenge them. So we're actually saying just because you're young doesn't mean you can't get technical,
right?
You know, in certain topics. So we're kind of seeing, okay, how deep can we go with them, and you know how they're responding. And so far, they're eager to learn.
Also, within the program, do you bring in different voices to the kids and expose them to all the areas of film?
Yes, we got professionals that come in, guest speakers who come and speak to the kids according to the different topic that we're covering.
Okay.
So we'll have like a director coming in, or like somebody who deals in post-production or whatever, and they will actually give their, you know, experience as like people who are in the industry. And this is great because they get to actually ask questions like, how much do you get paid? You know, what's your starting salary? Because that's all they ever think about. Like, how much money am I going to make? So they got to ask people, and then it makes them feel good to say, oh, okay, so this person is speaking to me, so I will listen because, because they're actually in the industry. They're working in the industry, so it means something. Instead of just having people who are not in it and just telling them, like, this is how it is.
Okay, so I have been with you for 6 months, age 16. I've learned a lot. Now I've reached the end of the program. What happens then?
We have opportunities now provided with a certain studio that has basically given us an opportunity to have our kids shadow.
Wow.
So we would tell them what industry, what department the kids are interested in, and then they would pay them with either an editor, a director, a producer, and then they'll get to shadow during the holidays. Okay. Also, we take the kids on tours, studio tours, where they get to actually go on set and see their, you know, their favorite actors, and you know, and actually get. And it's crazy because they look forward to seeing them, but then when they get there, they get more, you know, interested in. Wow, okay, it's not a real set. I'm sorry, it's not a real house or anything. It's actually like something that they push and, you know, against the wall when they're done, you know, that type of thing. So I love breaking all those those like, okay, you think it's a real baby, like come see. And they're like, it's a doll, you know, like so we have opportunities for the kids to experience real, you know, life production, so that they can choose for themselves if this is the route that they need to take. And if it's not, it's still fine, because the skills that they learned, they can use in any industry. Yes.
Beautiful. I think it is an awesome task that you have taken into your hands, what you're doing with these young people. And, you know, just bringing hope into their hearts, into their lives. You know, they're looking forward to something, and not like someone who has nothing to look forward to, you know. So I just want to say big ups to that.
Thank you so much.
Big ups to that. Big ups to that. From me to you, I want to say thank you so very much for gracing us with your time. I know, you know, events cost a lot of money, and time is money when it comes to events. So for people who'd like to, you know, get a hold of you, contact you in terms of organizing their events,
well, we are on Facebook at Showtime Film Club, so definitely find us there, like our page, our contacts are there, and and you can call us on 076 687 6000. But Facebook is your best go-to to get a hold of us. So Showtime Film Club.
Showtime Film Club, doing big things for little people.
Yeah,
love that. Tagline. Once again, thank you so much, Innocentia. It has been a pleasure having, you know, spoken to you. Hey, there was beautiful moments in this one. Hey,
very beautiful
moments. Loved it. Thank you, Ellie.
Thank you very much, Miss Lee. Now it's time for the news. After that, it is the Jive Drive, Claudia and Pops.
KOFIFI FM News.